My girlfriend told me her friends think I'm a joke. So I packed up everything I owned while she was in Vegas and left her with an empty apartment and a lease she can't afford. If I had $1 for every time my girlfriend called me safe, I probably could have retired 5 years ago. Instead, I'm a 29-year-old senior data analyst paying 80% of rent on a downtown apartment we couldn't afford so she could find her passion. I'm Cole. Been with Tessa for 2 years. When we started dating, she had this Etsy store selling hand-painted canvases. It was cute. I supported it. Then the store tanked. She racked up $8,000 in credit card debt, and I paid it off because I loved her, and she said she'd pay me back. She never did. That was supposed to be temporary help while she figured things out. 2 years later, she still hasn't figured it out. I make $110,000 as a senior data analyst. Not rich, but comfortable. Tessa hasn't worked a real job since month 3 of our relationship. I've been covering rent, utilities, groceries, her car insurance, everything. She kept saying she was exploring her options and didn't want to settle for just any job. I was the rock, the stable one, the guy who kept the lights on while she found herself. Then about 3 months ago, she fell in with this new friend group, led by this woman Jessica, 28, who calls herself a social media manager, but really just posts thirst traps and tags brands hoping for sponsorships. Jessica started filling Tessa's head with all this high-value man TikTok garbage. Suddenly, my stable analyst job went from being our foundation to an embarrassment. Last Thursday, we all went to dinner before Tessa's girls' trip to Vegas. I paid, obviously. Jessica spent the whole meal talking about her new boyfriend who trades crypto and drives a McLaren. When I made a comment about preferring to invest in things I can actually quantify, Jessica laughed and said, "That's cute, Mark. You enjoy being on the financial sidelines. Tessa, you need a man who plays the game, not one who spectates." Tessa didn't defend me. She just gave this awkward little laugh and called me practical. That night, Thursday, Tessa was packing for Vegas. She was on her phone, laughing at something, completely ignoring me. I finally said, "We need to talk about that dinner. The way Jessica speaks to me, the way you let her." She looked up from her suitcase like I'd just asked her to explain quantum physics. "What?" "Jessica basically called me irrelevant to my face and you laughed." That's when she exploded. "My friends think you're a joke, Mark. And honestly, they're not wrong. I felt like I'd been punched." "What?" She kept going. "You're safe, predictable. You're the nice guy who finishes the spreadsheet on time, not the one who closes deals. My friends are meeting men who own the company, not guys who analyze its data." I just stood there. "And you agree with them?" "I need to be around winners for a few days, Mark. I need to breathe." She zipped up her bag, gave me this patronizing air kiss near my cheek like I was her grandfather, and walked out. The door clicked shut. I stood in our apartment for maybe 10 minutes, not moving. And then something shifted. She didn't dump me. She insulted me, took my money for a Vegas trip, and left expecting me to be here like a loyal dog when she got back. The joke was that she thought I would be. I felt weirdly calm, optimized, like code that had been debugged. The logical error in my life had been isolated. Now I just had to run the delete script. I pulled up our lease. 18 months in. Checked the banking app. 2 years of Venmo transfers to her, never reciprocated. Reviewed utility bills, all in my name. Our furniture? I'd bought almost all of it. I wasn't her partner. I was her primary investor. And she just declared bankruptcy on national television. Time to liquidate assets. I called my buddy Sam at 11 p.m. "You free this weekend? I need your brother's moving truck." Sure, man. What's up?" "I'm moving out while Tessa's in Vegas." Long pause. Then, "Okay, that's epic. We're gonna need boxes and beer. I'll update you guys when it's done." Update 1. Friday morning, Sam showed up with his brother's moving truck and 2 guys from his gym. We didn't talk much. They understood the assignment. I'd made a list Thursday night of everything I'd paid for. Everything that was mine. The bed? Mine. I bought it with my Christmas bonus because Tessa said her back hurt on her old mattress. We disassembled it in 10 minutes. The sectional sofa? Also mine. I bought it after she complained our old couch was embarrassing when her friends came over. Gone in 15. The 65-inch TV? Mine. Kitchen stuff? Mine. The espresso machine she used every morning? I bought it for her birthday. Took it. The smart light bulbs, the speakers, the router, all mine. Even the hangers in the closet were from when I moved in. By noon, the apartment looked like a skeleton. All that was left was her stuff. Her clothes, her makeup, her half-finished canvases stacked in the corner, and that ridiculous gold leaf mirror Jessica convinced her to buy with my credit card. I left that. Seemed fitting. She'd have something to look at herself in. One of Sam's gym buddies, this quiet guy named Chris, kept shaking his head. Man, there's nothing left. That's the point, I said. By 4 p.m. we were done. The apartment echoed. Sam cracked a beer and looked around. Dude, this is brutal. She called me a joke. He nodded slowly. Fair. Before I left, I made some calls. First, the landlord. Gave my notice. The lease had a break clause, 2 months rent penalty, split between us. I Venmo'd my half to Tessa right there. $1,847. Then I sent her an email with the landlord's contact info and a note that she was responsible for her half, plus full rent going forward if she wanted to stay. Then I called the utility companies. Gas, electric, internet. Removed my name from everything. Sent her the account numbers. She'd have to set up her own accounts by the time mine canceled in 2 weeks. Last thing. I forwarded myself the email from 2 years ago when I paid off her credit card debt, just in case she tried to claim I owed her anything. I left one note on the kitchen counter next to the mirror. Hope your friends think this is funny too. Cole. P.S. Your half of the lease break is $1,847. Landlord's number is on the counter. Good luck finding a roommate. Sam and I got to my new place around 6 p.m. It's a month-to-month sublet, temporary, but it's mine. We ordered pizza and started unpacking. His girlfriend Annie called asking what happened. Sam told her. She just said, "Good for him." Around 8 p.m., Sam asked, "So, you gonna call her when she gets back?" I picked up my phone, looked at Tessa's contact. Her photo was from a vacation I'd paid for, her laughing on a beach. I stared at it for maybe 30 seconds. Then I blocked her number. "No," I said. "I'm not." Sunday evening, Sam texted me. "Dude, she's losing her mind." Apparently, Tessa got back to the apartment Sunday afternoon. She'd tried calling me 40 times. All blocked. She called Sam. He didn't answer. She showed up at my old office building, but I'd already updated my address with HR. Sam's girlfriend Annie heard from a mutual friend that Tessa was having a full meltdown. Crying, rage, disbelief. She couldn't understand how I could just leave. A lot of you are asking if I feel guilty. I don't. I feel like I finally stopped being the punchline. She told me I was a joke on my dime, then left expecting me to fund the encore. I just declined to renew the show. Update 2. Sorry for the delay. Work's been crazy and honestly I've been trying to just move forward. But enough people have DM'd me asking for an update that I figured I owed you guys closure. So my life first. After everything went down, I threw myself into work. There was this AI modeling project nobody on my team wanted to touch because it was complicated and the timeline was tight. I volunteered. Worked 60-hour weeks for 2 months straight. It was exactly what I needed. Something I could control, something I could solve. I crushed it. The project came in early, and the client loved it. Last month, I got a 20% raise and a promotion to the data science and AI strategy team. I'm making $132K now. New title, new responsibilities, finally doing work that actually challenges me. I found a nice 1-bedroom apartment in a better building. It has a gym. I've been going every morning before work. I'm in the best shape I've been in since college. I'm reading again, sleeping properly. For the first time in 2 years, I'm not managing someone else's emotions or finances. I'm just breathing. Now Tessa, I didn't hear from her directly after I blocked her. but Sam's been hearing things through mutual friends. It's been a masterclass in consequences. She couldn't find a roommate, couldn't afford rent alone, couldn't pay her half of the lease break penalty. She got evicted after 6 weeks, had to move back to her parents' house in the suburbs, about an hour outside the city. And here's the best part. Jessica and that whole high-value friend group, they completely ghosted her. As soon as her provider, me, was gone, she was no longer a winner in their eyes. Just a broke, evicted 27-year-old living in her childhood bedroom. In their world, she became the joke. The irony is thick enough to cut with a knife, but it gets better. 2 months ago, I got a phone call from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but I was expecting a call from a recruiter, so I picked up. "Mark, honey, it's Karen," Tessa's mom. I hadn't spoken to her since the breakup. "It's Cole, actually. What can I do for you, Karen?" "Oh, Cole, sorry, sweetie. Listen, I've been so worried. Tessa's not herself. She's been crying in her old bedroom for weeks now." I didn't say anything. Karen kept going. "She told me what she said to you. That was a terrible mistake. Those girls, Jessica and her friends, they were such a toxic influence. You know Tessa didn't mean those things, right? She loves you. She needs you, Cole. Can't you just talk to her? This is all so embarrassing for her." I caught that word. Not devastating, not heartbreaking. Embarrassing. That's what it was to them. An image problem. Their daughter got dumped and evicted and had to move home. How embarrassing for the family. "Karen," I said very calmly, "what Tessa did was for her. What I did was for me. Please don't call this number again." I hung up and blocked it. A week later, I got a LinkedIn message request from Jessica. "Hey Cole, long time. Look, I know we didn't always see eye to eye, but what you did to Tessa was really cruel. She's at rock bottom right now. She lost everything. I think you made your point, okay? But you've basically destroyed her. As the bigger person, you should reach out and help her get back on her feet. It's the least you can do after humiliating her like that." I stared at that message for a full minute. The sheer audacity. This woman called me a spectator, said I was irrelevant, told my girlfriend I wasn't good enough, and now she's lecturing me about cruelty and being the bigger person. I typed one word: no. Then I blocked her too. Some of you probably think I went too far. I disagree. I took what was mine and left. I didn't destroy anything. I just stopped building a life with someone who saw me as a punchline. She wanted a high-value man who closes deals? Well, I closed ours. I spent 2 years being her safety net. The moment I asked for basic respect, I became the villain. That tells you everything you need to know. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not even hurt. I'm just done. And honestly, I've never felt more free. Edit. To everyone asking if I've moved on or started dating, yeah, I've been on a few dates. Nothing serious yet. I'm taking my time. Turns out when you're not financially supporting someone else's lifestyle, you have a lot more time and money for yourself. Who knew? Final update. A year later. I ran into Tessa last night. It went exactly how you'd hope, and nothing like I expected. I wasn't going to post again, but after last night, I feel like I owe you guys this closure, because some of you have been following this since the beginning. Quick life update. It's been a full year since everything happened. Life is genuinely unrecognizable now. The new role is challenging in the best way. I'm leading a team now, working on projects that actually matter. I'm still hitting the gym regularly. It's become part of my routine. I'm in the best shape of my life. About 3 months ago, I met someone through a work connection. Her name's Anna. She's 31, an architect. She's brilliant and funny and kind. We've been seeing each other for a few months now. She thinks my data nerd jokes are hilarious. She treats me like a partner in every sense. We split everything equally. We make decisions together. We respect each other. It's the healthiest relationship I've ever had. Last night was a big tech industry awards gala downtown. My AI project won some recognition. Nothing major, but enough that my company bought a table. Black tie event. I wore a tux, Anna wore this deep blue dress. We were actually having a great time, just laughing and enjoying ourselves. I went to the bar to get us champagne, and that's when I saw her. Tessa. The contrast was brutal. She wasn't there as a guest. She was working as a brand ambassador, one of those promotional jobs where you hand out samples and smile for minimum wage. She had a tray of energy drinks, wearing this cheap red dress that was too tight and wrong for the event. Her face was caked with makeup, trying to hide how tired she looked. Our eyes locked across the room. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. She abandoned her tray and pushed through the crowd to get to me at the bar. "Cole," her voice cracked. "Oh my God. You look, wow, this tux." Her eyes were wide, scanning me up and down like she was seeing me for the first time. Like she was hungry. "Tessa," I said, polite, detached, like I was talking to someone asking for directions. "Please," she said. God, I'm so sorry. I was so stupid. Such an idiot. Such a child. Those friends, that whole life, it was all fake. All a joke. You were the only real thing I ever had." I just looked at her. Didn't say anything. "I have to get back to my table," I finally said, starting to turn away. She grabbed my arm. Her fingers dug into my sleeve. "No, wait, please. I'm back at my mom's still. I lost everything. The apartment, Jessica, and everyone, they're all gone. Don't you see? I learned my lesson. I'm in therapy now. I've changed. We can fix this. We can be happy again." I looked down at her hand on my sleeve with complete indifference. She pulled it back like she'd touched something hot. Then her desperation turned sour. Angry. "So that's it? You destroyed my life and you're just happy now? You get to walk away? I'm a joke to you now. Is that it?" I paused, almost smiled. I leaned in slightly, kept my voice calm and final. "You've got it all wrong, Tessa. You're not a joke to me." There was this tiny flicker of hope in her eyes. "You're not anything to me. You're just the person who used to live in my old apartment." Her face completely crumpled. It was the look of someone who just got erased. Then I heard Anna's voice, warm and bright. "Hey, there you are." She walked up and looped her arm through mine. "I got us a table on the terrace. Everything okay?" My whole body relaxed. I turned to her with a real smile. "Everything's perfect." Anna glanced at Tessa with polite curiosity, not recognizing her as anything important. Tessa stared at Anna like she was looking at an alien. The upgrade was standing right there, and the realization hit Tessa like a physical blow. I squeezed Anna's hand. To Tessa, with that same polite, empty indifference. "Excuse us. Enjoy the rest of your shift." I put my hand on Anna's back, and we walked away. I didn't look back once. As we stepped onto the terrace, the cool night air hit us. I heard the faint sound of the event MC announcing the next award, and I realized something with sudden, profound peace. I couldn't even remember what her joke about me had been. Not the exact words. It didn't matter anymore. It wasn't my life anymore. Anna kissed my cheek and whispered, "You okay?" "Yeah," I said, and I meant it. I really am. To everyone who's been following this story, who supported me through the worst of it, who told me I wasn't crazy for walking away, thank you. To those who said I was too harsh or cruel, I understand. But I learned something important through all of this. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't build a life with someone who sees you as a punchline. I chose myself, and that choice gave me everything. The joke was never me. It was thinking I needed someone who thought it was. This is my last update. I'm closing this chapter for good. Take care of yourselves out there.